Sheboygan man accused in multiple child abuse cases, Vice President Pence to visit Eau Claire, family video to sell products with CBD oil. These stories and more coming up on this edition of Community News Review.
This is Community News Review, a service of WSCS TV, news content provided by WHBL.
I'm Maddie Pfister, and this is Community News Review for Wednesday, May 15th, 2019. A Sheboygan man remains in custody for alleged abuse of a toddler. Police say they are investigating multiple incidents involving children and 25-year-old Jonathan Collin. The first one happened back in February when Collin brought a nearly 3-year-old girl to a local hospital for various injuries, some of which were considered life-threatening. The child had to be eventually flown to Milwaukee for treatment and did survive, but Collin was charged with 3 felonies in connection with the incident, including child abuse, neglecting a child, and possession of THC. A 90-day report later reviewed the incident and 2 others showing various injuries to be non-accidental, prompting the arrest of Collin, who was the mother's boyfriend at the time. The child was deemed unsafe and later placed with relatives, and in the report were 2 separate incidents, including another from February where Collin was accused of child neglect. The other was from back in August of 2016 when he allegedly caused emotional damage to his child. In both cases, the allegations were determined unsubstantiated at the time. Officers were called out to the hospital during this latest incident where Collin was arrested. A 2-vehicle crash leaves a child with minor injuries. According to unconfirmed reports, a farm truck was involved in a crash with a car in Sheboygan on Monday night. Apparently, the truck only suffered some side damage, while the car ended up with some heavy front-end damage. According to the reports, a 1-year-old was in the car seat and was said to have only minor scrapes from the crash. The accident is still under investigation. The State Assembly is set to vote Wednesday on 4 Republican bills dealing with abortion. The bills are likely to pass, but would face a veto from Democratic Governor Tony Evers. Madison Democrat Representative Melissa Sargent says they politicize women's health care decisions. These decisions should be honored in private, and I continue to be amazed that politicians are inserting themselves into these complex and private decisions. One bill requires doctors to provide medical care for babies that survive attempted abortions, and doctors who fail to do so could face jail time. Opponents say that this is already illegal. Sargent says that all of the bills are bad, and each of these pieces of legislation, to me, is unethical and immoral. I think that we in America really believe in standing up for women and children. Based on the menu and the food, you might not notice a difference, but there are new owners at Al & Al's Steinhaus here in Sheboygan. After 58 years, the German restaurant now belongs to new owners for the first time. Steve and Faye Bruyette have officially been running the business since May 1st, though it was just announced here recently. They say because of all of the regular and loyal customers, they are trying their best to keep things the same as much as possible. Steve has always wanted to own a restaurant, and after searching for a long time, he and his wife apparently heard Al & Al's was looking for new leadership. Former owner Susie Patterson said she will be providing the new owners with mentorship. She was named Restaurateur of the Year for 2019 by the Wisconsin Restaurant Association. A Forest County Potawatomi tribal leader is facing charges for an attempted assault at an official meeting last month. WJFW reports that Tribal Treasurer Joe Daniels Sr. had to be held back from attacking Tribal Secretary James Crawford at an official meeting in April. According to prosecutors, Daniels got verbally abusive and charged staff and elected officials at the meeting. Daniels now faces 1 count of attempted battery and 2 counts of disorderly conduct. Vice President Pence will be in Wisconsin on Thursday, and he will visit J&D Manufacturing in Eau Claire, which produces ventilation system products for agriculture, to the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade pact that President Donald Trump is trying to get through Congress. This will be Pence's first visit here since he campaigned during former Governor Scott Walker's losing re-election effort last fall. Pence and Walker became close friends through the National Governors Association, and Pence was a frequent campaigner and fundraiser for Walker. Following the Eau Claire event, Pence will visit Fort McCoy to meet and greet soldiers and their family members. And finally, with the legislation of industrial hemp, CBD has been showing up at restaurants and businesses across central Wisconsin. Within the last few months, Family Video has started selling CBD products. The first reaction is usually a surprise, like, oh, why is Family Video selling this? Said Jordan Sheets, general manager at the Wausau and Weston locations, told WAOW-TV. Overall, he said the feedback has been positive. The idea to start selling CBD at the stores came from the CEO of the company who used it to treat his own pain. It started with his personal experience and just wanting to provide a reliable and consistent product to our customers, said Levi Dinkla, the president of enterprise development for Highland Ventures, the parent company of Family Video. He also said selling CBD at their stores means people can buy it from a company that they already know. If you do want to try CBD, you're at least trying it with a company that has been around and has a reputation with the community, Dinkla said. Family Video sells CBD oil, balms, gummy bears, and even products for pets. The company said its products have 0 THC in them, and THC is the component in the hemp that causes a high. And that is all we have for today. Join me again on Friday for more local news and information on Community News Review.
News content for this program provided by WHBL in cooperation with WSCS TV.